Another absolutely disappointing result. I know I've skipped all the good matches we played this season. Boo, they don't make up for the situation now. We still had players who were injured, and we also lost Pedri before this match, which was a devastating blow. Regardless, seeing this game was just so exhausting and uninspiring. And our defense needs to change. I know for a fact that Flick will not change it, but please alter it in some way. When teams get used to the trap, they absolutely will use it against us. The lineup was very standard and predictable. With Pedri out, Casado would fill in the DM role. The attack and defense remained the same. From the start, we were actually getting cooked, being spread open like butter. They managed to create a big opportunity within the first 5 minutes, but it was a simple save for Szczesny. Not even 3 or 4 minutes later, Carlos Forbes managed to catch our back line completely off guard, off course, and squared it to Tresoldi, who managed to score an easy goal. Terrible one pass, and it was already a high chance of conceding. But from our kickoff, we managed to get a goal of our own only 2 minutes after theirs. It was a beautiful ball set up by Yamal to Furman, and he gives it to Ferran, who confidently finished it for 1-1. 3 minutes later, Furman gets a shooting chance from outside the box, but it curls too much and clips the outside of the post. What a start to the game. 6 minutes later, they managed to get on the break with a deadly counterattack, and Carlos Forbes scores a great goal past us. It was 2-1 at only 17 minutes. Brugge continued to pressure us with their respectable pace and manage to create some small chances, but to no avail. We start to look a little bit better, with Yamal honestly playing incredible and feeding it to Count, who smashes the ball against the crossbar. Rashford starts trying for goal, but they are either saved brilliantly by the Brugge goalkeeper or go way wide of the goal. Regardless, he was attempting the most shots on goal. We get a very good opportunity right before halftime as a great ball is played to Ferran, but he misses just wide and fails to convert a chip. What a chance wasted. The second half starts, and we are remarkably better. Furman and Yamal get good opportunities, but Jacques, the goalkeeper for Brugge, does very well. We make substitutions in the 58th minute, with Olmo coming on for Casado and Lua for Ferran. Immediately we get yet another chance. Eric Garcia unleashes a belter which rattles off the crossbar. What a goal that would have been. 2 minutes later, we finally manage to break the deadlock, with Yamal playing a 1-2 with Furman and dribbling past to defenders before an excellent and cool finish with the side of his foot into the bottom corner. What an amazing goal. But from the kickoff, we are yet again sloppy and give them an opportunity to score, but somehow Forbes blasts it over the bar with only Szczesny to beat. Somehow our high line gets completely caught wide open yet again, and Forbes lifts it into the back of the net. It was good, and then it wasn't. 3-2 Brugge. We get another chance, but Jacques makes a great save to deny Yamal. Then we concede a penalty, with Balde bringing Forbes down inside the box. Luckily, the penalty was cancelled, and rightfully so, as the replay showed that Forbes actually kicked Balde's leg before going to the ground. 5 minutes later, Yamal gets the ball and crosses it, or may have shot, which goes off the head of Tzolis and into the net. On goal, and it's 3-3 at 77 minutes. The rest of the game goes by, with Brugge getting even more chances before they score again in the 91st minute. Terrible from Szczesny, and he was very lucky that didn't count, or he would be getting lots of hate. In the end, that was a huge chance to bounce back after some of the losses we have had, but our continuous defensive issues are still lingering and it could be an even worse problem as the season progresses. Time for player performances. Szczesny, 6.1. He saved us a couple of times in which our defense failed and could not do too much for the goals that were put in the back of his own net, but he nearly cost us a point with his silly mistake with that cancelled fourth Brugge goal. Balde, 5.8. Terrible ... just like the rest of our defense there. Really isn't too much to say even. Going forward, I can't remember too much of anything he did. He also almost gave away that penalty. Eric Garcia, 5.7. Again, terrible. Aside from the shot that hit the crossbar, he was woeful in keeping that offside trap and lost duels. Araujo, 5.5. Just like Eric, but maybe worse. Getting outpaced and mediocre in keeping the offside trap. Count, 5.5. Probably the worst defender of the night. Was directly responsible for keeping Forbes onside for the first goal and getting outpaced and outphysicaled. Casado, 6. Really didn't do too much ... Can't even remember what he did off the top of my head. De Jong, 6.8. Not bad today. Good anchor for the midfield and won duels. However, he was also outpaced sometimes. Rashford, 5.9. Guy was shooting from everywhere but was not good at anything else. However, when he did have the ball, he was rapid and at least he was trying to do something. Furman, 7.9. 2 assists for Ferran and Yamal each. Aside from the however, not very good, Yamal, 9.2. Far and away the best player on the pitch for us. Creating chances, scoring that insane goal and also assisting. The own goal he was making thing happened for us and saved us. Ferran, 6. Scored the first goal for us and did absolutely nothing after except waste that good chance before halftime. Horrible in duels and honestly a stinker. All of the substitutions we made were absolutely useless, so I will just give all the subs a 5.8. For Flick, he really needs to change that offside trap. Again, I know he will never get rid of it, but he needs to alter it. 5.9. Anyways, thanks for watching again. This UCL match day was already pretty crazy with that Anfield game among others. Sorry for not posting our match against Elche and sorry for posting this video a little late. Visca Barca y Visca Catalunya.